Hello, and welcome to the Good News from the Corner podcast. I'm Jay, I'm your podcast host, and I'm also the rector at St. John's Episcopal Church in Memphis, Tennessee. I'm glad you found us. I'm glad you're here. Stay tuned for sermons, lectures, and more good news from the corner of Central and Greer.
This Sunday, some churches may observe the Ascension of the Lord, which was this past Thursday. For other of us, we will follow the lectionary for the seventh Sunday of Easter and continue our reading with John. In preparing for today, I read where it is referred to as the in-between time. It is between the ascension of the Lord and the coming of the Spirit at Pentecost next Sunday. Today, our lectionary reading from John gives us the conclusion of what is known as Jesus' high priestly prayer. The setting is Maundy, Thursday before he departs to the Garden of Gethsemane. He has shared a meal with his disciples, washed their feet, and given them a new commandment, to love one another as I have loved you. And then he begins to pray. These events are in the past, several weeks in the past actually. As the Reverend Dr. Lucy Hogan notes, we have walked the path to the cross, prayed as Jesus gave his life for us, and stood with Mary outside the empty tomb. We have celebrated the resurrection and now the ascension. Jesus was victorious over the grave and now has been raised to sit at the right hand of God. And as we await Pentecost, the coming of the Holy Spirit, this in-between time, we are here with John and Jesus' prayer. This long, sometimes rambling prayer is a prayer of intercession. It is for those around him and also for his future followers, us. I ask not only on behalf of these, but also on behalf of those who will believe in me through their word, that they may all be one. It is a prayer for the future. Jesus is not preaching or teaching or offering instruction. He is praying for unity, for his followers, and for also us. Jesus is praying for you and for me, for all to be one. I think it's safe to say the disciples and the early church were not always of one accord, did not feel or look like one in unity. James and John were vying for position. Judas was plotting to betray Jesus. Peter was, being Peter. What about the church today? What about the internal squabbling and denominational discord? What about the fighting between the church and the community over who can come into the neighborhood to be fed or seek shelter? On a national level, Christ Church in Toms River, New Jersey, is in a battle with the town over the proposed 17-bed homeless shelter to be built. There is talk of the town taking church property, seizing it through eminent domain for new parks. Where is the unity? What about our national disunity, our political discourse? We resort to name-calling and berating those with whom we disagree. We vilify the other party, the other group, whether it be Democrat, Republican, progressive, or conservative. Jesus prays that all may be one. It is a prayer for community. We are called as Christians to be in community with one another. We are not meant to go this alone. It doesn't mean that we all have to think alike or agree on everything, but we are to relate as a community so that the world may know that you have sent me and loved them, even as you have loved me. We are to be a sign to the world of God's love. We are to go out and make love visible and known in the world. Our world, here and now. As a wise friend said last week, we are to be in the world, not of the world. We are to do God's work, be God's hands and feet in ways both big and small, no matter how small it may seem. As Saint Teresa said, not all of us can do great things, but we can do small things with great love. Love is a central teaching of Jesus' teaching. Love, or loved, is mentioned 4 times in these 6 verses today. In last week's gospel, love was mentioned 6 times in those 6 verses. Love is important to Jesus, and it is to define who and whose we are. It is to define and guide our life's work of being of service to others in the name of the risen Christ. Donna gave us a fine lesson on love last week. She reminded us that love shapes our behavior. It takes us out of ourselves to care for and about the other. God's love is not conditional. There are no strings attached. We are to show our love by caring for one another and helping those who cannot help themselves. So what does love look like here in Memphis and St. John's? Love looks like caring for our neighbors, those who are hungry and or experiencing homelessness. You should know by now that I'm not going to pass up an opportunity to talk about outreach. One of our partners in outreach is Homes for Hearts, a model for building tiny homes started in 2020 by Zach Waters. When I went to a recent open house, Zach was so pleased to see me and eager to tell me that St. John's has been instrumental in the 4 tiny homes built starting in 2021. He was equally excited to see Donna, Stephanie, and Don come by and see the newest tiny home. Homes for Hearts is so appreciative of the support we offer through our outreach grants, as is their last recipient, Henry. Henry is a 60-year-old deaf Memphian who recently moved into a tiny home along with his 2 service dogs. With his limited income, he can become a homeowner in 11 years. Homes for Hearts recently launched 901 for 901. If 901 Memphians or businesses donate just $9.01 a month, Homes for Hearts can sustain their annual operating expenses. If 901 Memphians or businesses donate $55 a month, they will be able to build 1 tiny home a month. A small amount goes a long way in providing sustainable housing in our city for those who are vulnerable. Go to tinyhomes.org to learn more and sign up. Support Carpenter Art Gardens Farmers Market every Monday and Thursday from 3 to 5 p.m. at the Purple House at 395 Carpenter Street in Binghamton. Providing a meal for the workforce at the hub once a week is an ongoing opportunity that we have. The Sign Up Genius is on our website. Even closer to home, sign up and help with Vacation Bible School, which starts June 9th at the PLC, showing love to our children, our future. I invite you to join me in prayer and meditation on how God is calling us to love and care for one another and this hurting world in which we live.
Well, good morning. Peace. It's wonderful to see each of you here today. I don't have ruby red slippers, but I can attest that there is no place like home. So having now returned from Liverpool, I would simply, again, thank you for your generosity that made this trip possible. We were very busy bees in Liverpool. We sang 6 evensong services and 2 services of Holy Eucharist. It was lovely to go. It's lovely to be back. I can tell you that the lessons the choir and I learned will stick with us for some time, and I look forward to sharing with you pictures and information about the trip. The other thing that I would commend to your prayers, we were in Liverpool. I know it made the news here in the States, the incident there in the streets of Liverpool at their Premier Cup championship celebration. There were 1 million people in the city center. So we were there, in fact, in those crowds. Thankfully, no one from St. John's was injured. I was in communication with the parish leadership as I was away to share that information, but please join me in praying for those who are injured. Thankfully, no one has died from that incident. So again, thank you. And also, choristers, thank you for holding it down for the others that could go. We appreciate your service while we were away. I should also say good morning to visitors. If you are ready yet, and maybe you're not, but if you're ready yet to reveal yourselves, I would commend to your attention, there are, if the children haven't eaten them all yet, donuts, but always hot coffee in the parish hall, and it would be lovely to gather with you and to get to know you, to make those connections if you are ready. Go early if you want a donut. The kids will finish them. A couple of other things I would commend to your attention. As you heard Deacon Debbie say in her wonderful homily, Vacation Bible School begins 1 week from tomorrow. We will continue to accept registrations, but also we need your help. You'll see the top item of business would be we need volunteers for VBS in the week ahead. If you are available and interested, if you would either hit that QR code or contact A.V. Hamilton, Director of Children's Ministry. We would love your help in the week ahead. We will have, as we always do, a number of children, and we will need many adults on hand to teach and to herd the cats, as it were. Additionally, I would commend your attention. You see there are listed a number of formation opportunities for youth and children through these summer months. So please avail yourself of those. Thanks for tuning in today. You've been listening to the Good News from the Corner podcast. St. John's Episcopal Church is located at the corner of Central and Greer in Memphis, Tennessee. Our parish website is www.stjohnsmemphis.org. You can also catch us on all of the normal social media platforms. You can join us for church at 10:30 on Sunday morning on our St. John's Memphis YouTube channel. Share the Good News podcast with somebody. And remember, you matter to God. Your life is not yours alone. Come see us sometime.